All right, so fertility update. Last Monday, just about this time of day, Tori and I had our consult call with CNY Fertility. We'll be using the Albany clinic, which is about 3.5 hours from our house, and doing a lot of our monitoring and testing and stuff at local places that we'll send to them. And we'll really just have to go to Albany for procedures. So the call was about a half an hour long, and they gave us a lot of info and got a lot of info from us, like asked us who we are, what we're looking for, different stuff like that. And so, oh, she left the business cards. Victoria had grabbed a bunch of my cards to bring to her client, and she left them sitting here. Oh, that's funny. Anyway, sorry, that was an ADHD squirrely moment. We were just talking upstairs. Where did she put the cards? They're right there. But so the call, yes. So basically they were like getting info from us, and really we have a call in a week with the nurse navigator who's gonna like give us all the like orders to get the lab work and stuff done. So once we have all the lab orders in our portal, then all I have to do is get blood work done. Tori has to get blood work and some ultrasound stuff to like just look at her uterus and whatnot to make sure that there's no issues for carrying. For me, I just have to get blood work, and I could call as soon as my next period and say, hey, my period just started. They'll ship me the meds, and it'll be like 10 to 12 days of injections. And I'd have to get the ultrasound and blood work like every 2 days, I think it is, just to monitor how it's going. And then once they see, I have to look at they gave us a whole sheet of like the timeline, but once they see a certain thing, I think it's like that your follicles are ready to burst or something like that, they'll give you a trigger shot. And then basically, I think the next day or 2 days later, we would go to Albany for the egg retrieval. So it could happen relatively quickly. My next period is due at the end of July. So very well it could be like doing an egg retrieval in August, if the timeline works that way, which would be kind of nice. I would love to get it out of the way. I haven't talked about this yet on the channel. I have a whole update of like life updates I need to do, but we're hosting an exchange student, and she arrives at the end of August, and she's staying for the whole school year. So it'd be nice to get the egg retrieval, I think, out of the way before she comes, and then all we would have to do, that's a little more involved. Like I have to go under, we have to stay overnight, but for like an implantation or what do they call it? A transfer, an embryo transfer, we would only have to go for like a quick like 15-minute procedure for Tori to get it implanted, and then we could like kind of make a weekend out of it with the student if she wanted to like travel in New York. You know, we could kind of make it a whole weekend versus, you know, I'm going to be feeling pretty rough after the retrieval. So, it just kind of makes that easier logistically as far as that goes. So yeah, it could happen really quickly, which is really exciting because I want to get back on testosterone as soon as I can. And just like, it feels good to know that like, oh wow, like, cause I wasn't sure, you know, it was like, I had a lot of questions like, how long is the timeline from now to when we could do something? And it is actually pretty quick. We have to pay a fee, the storage fee, the upfront fee for Kyle's sperm, which is the administrative fee, which kind of like handles all the like waivers and consent forms for him to like say, yes, I am a donor, I don't want to be involved in this child's life, etc. And then, well, not involved in a parenting way, but anyway, all the consent forms and whatnot, and then the storage fee for the first month, and then, the freezing, like there's different fees. So you have to pay up front for that, and then they will set an appointment for him to come to their clinic and do a donation, do blood work, do a physical, everything all at once. And then theoretically, that's all he has to do. He's just done after that. They have his sample, and they can use his sample for when they get my eggs, and his role in it can be done from that point on. As far as you know, obviously for the past year, it's been every month we're connecting and he's giving me a sample, you know, whereas in this case, it's like should be one and done. And if for any reason he needed to go back, it's like, I think $100 for another like processing, something like that. So yeah, we have to figure that out. I think once we call the nurse navigator, or we need to set an appointment with the financial people to see, because we were going to go for the payment plan option, which you have to put like a certain percentage down, but then you can pay it off within 2 years, which is a lot more doable. So I don't know if that fee can roll into that or if we have to pay that up front. So we haven't paid it yet just because we want to talk to somebody about that. But basically it could very well happen very soon, which is exciting and a little bit terrifying, but mostly exciting. And so yeah, that's the update on the fertility stuff. The call went well, and really we just have to get, wait for the orders to come through next week and start getting the testing done. Tori has a little more time because, it's like I do the egg retrieval. We're not necessarily we might wait until like after the wedding to do a transfer. So it wouldn't be until probably late fall, if anything. So, because she's like, I don't really want to be like early pregnant just in case like she feels terrible like on our wedding day. That would suck. So I think we'll wait until after and see what happens. But it depends on her cycle too. So it's like we're like, well, maybe we'll do it in September, like right before the wedding. We wouldn't really know yet if we were pregnant. It kind of depends on timing and whatnot. So we'll see if it all plays out that way or not. But of course, we will keep you posted. By we, I mean me, because Tori does not want to be on camera. But yeah, it feels really exciting. Like, we just went on vacation with my family for a week, and which was very chill. I think living with them kind of broke the spell of like, what's it gonna be like to spend a week together? Like, I spent 1.5 years in their house, like but it was good. I mean, it was a really good trip and we had a great time. And but we were all talking because my sister's also trying to have another baby soon too. So we were like, wow, okay, in a year we could have like 2 more people, 2 more human beings at this little gathering that we're having right now. We could, if all goes well for both of us could have a very fresh baby at the next family vacation, if we even go on a family vacation, if people are due too close to it and whatever, so we'll see. But we were just talking, it was like an exciting idea to think like, oh, there could be like 2 more people in our family in a year, and that is really exciting. So yeah, I will make a video soon about all the other updates, like the exchange student and stuff. I feel like that deserves a whole separate thing. But things are good, and yeah, I will keep you posted on how things continue to go with the fertility stuff. But I feel like really, really good about things right now. It feels really positive and exciting. So, all right, I have to go to work now. But hope you guys are having a good day, and I'll talk to you next time.